Hello dear viewers and welcome to World of Python. In today's video, we would be discussing about a common interview problem which is asked in top tech companies, that is find all palindromes from a given list. So in the inputs you would be given few strings and you need to find all the strings which are basically palindromes. So if you see here, we are having my list equal to madam 4 times a, some other string, and then a double b a d, this kind of a string. So before we move into the technical solution, let us understand what is a palindrome. So a string which you can read from left to right and right to left in the same way, and the characters would be same even if you read in any order. So that is basically a palindrome. So let's take an example of the word madam. So if you read it from left to right, you would see that the starting letter is M and the last letter is also M. If you read the second letter and the second last letter, that is A, so that is also the same, and the middle letter is D. So in short, even if you read this word from left to right or right to left, it is the same. So these kind of words are nothing but palindromes. So what we would be doing is, from this entire list we would be iterating on each of the elements of this list, that is first element, second element, third, then fourth, and for each of this element we would be checking that is the first and the last alphabet the same, then we would be checking that second and the second last is the same, and so on. So if you find that all of the letters are matching with their exact last letters, so in that case we would be saying that it is a palindrome. Or if we are finding a match is not there, so in that case we would be saying that it is not a palindrome. Okay, so let's jump into the solution. So I would say for I in my list, we would say if I equals to I of colon colon minus 1. So don't worry about this part, I will explain it shortly that how this is working. For now just have a look at this, and if this condition is satisfied, we would say that that particular string, that is I in this case, is a palindrome. So we would say print I is palindrome, else we would say that I is not a palindrome. Okay, so let's try to run this code and let's see what is the output. So I am saying Python and my Python file, and when I hit enter, it will say that madam is palindrome. This 4 times a is a palindrome, that is correct. This random string, it is not a palindrome, and again this string is also a palindrome. So let us see how it is working. So what we are saying is, for I in my list, when we are iterating over all the elements, and then it is checking that if I is equal to I of colon colon minus 1. Now let's understand how this part is working. So I'll just start my Python interpreter. Okay, so let's say I'm having one string, that is, let's say hello Python, and if I'm doing a of 0 to 5, then I would get the word hello. So this is basically slicing. So with the help of this, I am saying that give me part of that of the string a from list index 0 to list index 5. So if we check the list index over here, that is 0 1 2 3 4. So 0 to 4 would be taken up in case fifth element would not be taken up over here. So 0 to 4 would be taken. That is how we are getting hello. Now if I am not taking this 0 and I'm just taking colon 5, then also I would be getting the word hello, because in that case it would see that nothing is added over here, so it would take it from the starting location of the string. So starting is from h, so in this way it would be taking hello. Now let's see what will happen if I am not giving anything over here. I am just giving one colon, so in that case it would give me the entire string, because in similarly what we said earlier over here, similarly if I am not giving anything in the second part after the colon as well, so it would take that entire string, because it is identifying it as the starting part to the ending part. So in this way it will take the entire string. Okay, so now let's try one more thing, colon colon and then 2. So I get this string. So how this is processing is, we are saying basically that the first step is the starting part, the second part over here is the ending part of the chunk which we want, and third thing which we are giving over here is that it is basically the step, like how many jumps we want to do basically. So if we start from here, so it would print h, then it would try to get the second element after this, so e would be skipped and l would be taken up. So that way we are having l over here, again this l would be skipped and o would be taken, and we are having this o over here. Similarly the space would be skipped, p would be taken, and we would be having this print. So this, in this way we would be having this string, this is h l o p t o. Okay, so the point of telling all of this is that this thing, third thing which is coming over here, so that is a step counter. So in this same way, if we are saying a of colon colon minus 1, so in that way Python understands that it needs to jump in minus 1 kind of fashion. So basically minus 1 would be the last element. Okay, and every time it needs to go minus 1 times. So every time if we go minus 1, so it would start from here, it would go minus 1 minus 1 minus 1. So in this way it would go to the first location. So let's try to execute this. Yeah, so it has given me this string in a reverse fashion. Okay, so this is basically what we are trying to compare over here, that if I is equal to I of colon colon minus 1, because over here in this part we would be getting the reverse string of whatever we are trying to iterate over here, and in the first place we are having the original string. So if original string is equal to the reverse string, then we are saying that I is a palindrome, or else we are saying that it is not a palindrome. So this is how this solution is coming. Now another part of this interview question is that they say that give a new list which is having all the palindromes. So let's say for that we will be creating a new list, that is, let's say palindromes equal to an empty list, and just we would say palindromes dot append I, and we would not be needing this else part in this case. So what we are saying here is that we are iterating over the entire list, and we are just checking that if I is equal to the reverse string. So if both are same, then we are just appending it to that palindromes list. So let's check what is the output. I'll just say at the end print palindromes. So this would be printing the entire list basically. I'll exit from this. I'll run my code, and yes, we are getting the list of the palindromes, the 3 palindromes which we are having. So we have got the list as an output. Okay, so this was the approach using a normal for loop. So now that we are trying to get a new list, so there can be another modification in this. So they would say that you can try to do it in one line. So for a list comprehension, what you can do is, let's say I will say result equal to list comprehension x for x in my list if x equal to x of colon colon minus 1. So this is a simple one liner for getting the new list containing palindromes. Even if I just remove this and just say print, then also this would be giving me the same result. So for just simplicity purpose, I am commenting out the earlier solution. Okay, so I'm just taking this my list out of the comments, because in that case it won't get the my list and it would generate an error. So let's see what is the output now. Yes, we are getting the same output again. This is the list of palindromes, and this we have got it through the using list comprehension in just one line. So that is it for this video. If you like this video, do like, share and subscribe, and do let me know which other problems you would like me to solve. Thank you so much for watching.